the same situation though of like we easily could have lost that game and it would have been like, all right, well, there's a lot of circumstances here that and again, Arizona looked like shit. They really did.
They did look like shit, but still, I think when it was teetering around the sketchiness, back when we were down by 3, Arizona went ahead. I wasn't worried. I was like, dude, this team's going to come back. I thought, I don't know. It was in the third quarter. We got behind. I'm like, oh no. For a second, I was like a little bit like in fear, but I'm like, listen, as a fan, I'm just going to just be entertained. This is show business. Let's watch it take place. And I kind of just trusted in this team for like the first time ever.
We don't lose close.
So it was like a weird moment for me. Go ahead.
Well, we don't lose close games. That's just not who this squad is. We win the little like dip.
Crazy to say. Yeah. That we've like changed the identity.
Yeah.
It's wild.
So we got
put out a badass little crew together, haven't we?
So you like this trade that happened this week or what?
Love it. Are you kidding? We went out and got a tight end that was drafted top 10.
And he's 25 years old. That's kind of dope.
He's kind of one of us too. Like you look at him, he's got the weird like dreadlocks. Doesn't he?
Yeah.
I thought he was going to be way
mustache.
older when I looked up his age. I thought he was going to be like 32.
Me too. Yeah. I mean, he's made a Pro Bowl in 2000. I thought that was pretty neat.
So I don't remember this though. Well, I was like, first of all, instantly buy Irv Smith. Like, thanks for your 84 jersey back. But I don't remember Irv getting injured because they put him on IR today. I don't remember that.
Oh, yeah. No. Got it. So this is like a necessity switch out.
I don't remember that either. It must have been happening at the end of the game or something. But they said it was a high ankle sprain, which usually is like 4 to 6 weeks from what I was reading. But this might have been a more severe one.
Well,
maybe he'd been playing through it, and then they were like, you know what, we're gonna take this guy,
maybe.
and then just like actually just send you out to the doghouse, like in a nice way.
Because I remember, like, obviously Thielen going down was terrifying.
Yes.
That's the only thing I remember from the game of someone being injured.
Uh-huh.
But again, I try to like ignore Irv Smith Jr. because he's so on our shit list right now. Just like
actually, Thielen went down with a high ankle sprain.
Right.
Was it a couple of years ago and had to come back? Remember that?
Last year.
Yeah. Was it? Or I thought it was the year before. Whatever. I mean,
sure.
Anyways.
He had the surgery, right?
He had surgery.
Well, Thielen's got the knee pads underneath the socks right now. So it looked like he dinged up an old existing injury that he's been.
They said it was a bruised knee.
That's what it looked like. Yeah.
But he's kind of a tough guy like that, though. Like, he's going to come back. He's fought, his whole career's kind of been like that. He's fought through injuries. That's what I like about him. That's why I'm wearing his jersey. It's because he has that kind of like tough greediness to him. And he's like kind of crafty. He's kind of reminds me of like Larry Fitzgerald, the way he can create separation. Like, he's not like a speed guy, but you'll see him like run like weird curl routes and like do weird shifty stuff to try and get open. There's just one play that comes to mind on that strip sack that Kirk got. That one play, Thielen was wide open. Would have been a huge gain, by the way. I don't know if you guys are like, what play, John? Cool.
Kirk missed him.
So like on that strip sack play,
okay,
they recovered the one turnover that we had that got sketchy. Remember that? It was like, oh no, Kirk kind of screwed up here.
Yeah.
They called, I saw it was on a replay, they called for protection, double protection. So they had the tight end come over to slide over. Okay. And they had I can't remember if it was they like did some protection thing. They blitzed, came in, the guy like blindsided Kirk, nailed him, but Kirk was like ready to go. Thielen, his little craft, well, I'm trying to just like go full circle here with my comment. Thielen, his little crafty self, was wide open, would have been like a 30-yard game. So, yeah, it's just frustrating when you kind of see plays like that. And that's what I think what's cool about the Vikings is we're only getting better. Kirk is having like his worst year as a Viking.
Yeah.
and we're like the best we've ever been. That's so cool to see.
Yeah.
We make so many plays that we can get over it. Like the defense made so
That's
many
true.
back-to-back stops at the end of that game. They just wouldn't let
Mhm.
the Cardinals do it. And it was cool to see that. I don't think the Cardinals actually like fucked up the game. I think our defense actually just fucked up their rhythm at the end of the game. They just kept on being
Well,
like,
they haven't also had a very good season overall, too.
yeah. I mean, Hopkins, though, is scary. Like, he's one of those guys that
Yeah.
can continue to just like slice and dice you.
Yeah.
And I think Murray is still a little underrated.
Today was fun just because you're like, of course, we're all very excited being 6-1 and
Mhm.
having that, but that the organization is like, let's play this. That's
Right.
what's exciting about the trade today.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, no, we have a shot. We like legitimately think that this is the squad.
He's a major piece when I like just going on like my fantasy, like just looking at how his numbers have been this year. I'm like, oh, he's like the fourth best tight end in the league. And I don't even know what else that means. Like, I don't know what he does for off-ball plays, but I would imagine he seems like he's like a fairly like well-rounded guy that's doing all of it.
How did we get that done? Like within the division, like
crazy, right? Another deal
Detroit's
with like,
done.
Yeah, Detroit is kind of fire. So I think they fire Campbell here. He's just not having a good year. I thought they would be a lot better. We talked about it, predicting the division. I said Chicago would be the worst, and then Detroit. But I thought Detroit would be number 2. I did. I couldn't believe how bad they've been, though. Like, I thought they had a shot to beat the Dolphins, even too. No. And then you know what? A couple of thoughts here on the tight end thing. I was reading that you would have to give up Danielle Hunter and a second on a pick swap for Mike Gesicki. So I was like, wow. So
really?
The fact that we didn't have to, so we would have had to deal with Danielle. They're saying just because he's kind of like a cap number and his like production's not there.
Yeah.
And you look at like someone like Zadarius, way more valuable than Danielle right now. By the way, Zadarius leads the league in sacks. Are you guys aware of this? Number 1, 8.5. He's got 8.5. Leads the league, tied for number 1. It's unbelievable. And we're on a bye. We were just off a bye week too. Crazy.
I guess I'm
Michael
not surprised by that because he's so fucking dominant. Did he get banged up a little this game though? Because we did have a scare there for a second.
He did, but I was listening to Jordan Hicks on an interview, and they said that he's like, yes, Zadarius got injured, and he like came back stronger than ever. So it seems like it was like a positive kind of deal.
Okay, like
he's always going to be that banged up guy, though. Is like the sense I'm getting.
I love that Zadarius is really like such a cornerstone and also like personality on this team. Like coming in first year and just being such like a vocal, really strong presence on the team is awesome to see.
Yeah, he's definitely added a lot of like punch, a lot of character. Like the team seems like cooler with him, like him with Patrick Peterson too this year.
Yeah,
have been like awesome, and like Harry doing shit, and like Patty P. And here's the thing: we only go 3 corner. We did not give a 4th corner play at all last game, which I thought was crazy. 100% went to Dantzler, Peterson, and Sullivan. No one else got any playing time.
Well, Dantzler was matched up on Hopkins like the whole game.
It was alternating. It was Sullivan and Dantzler. So, but he got beat. But it's like, dude, it's Hopkins. Like,
you're gonna get beat a little. You can't deal too much about that.
I mean, you figure that's their number 1 like strong suit is that player is like, you would argue a top 10 still. I don't know about top 5 now because there's so many guys. It's so top heavy at receiver, but like that guy is definitely a special player, and he's gonna make those 1-2 plays like the one in the end zone. You're gonna be like, all right, man, cool. Get your little 7 points and go trot off and high five everyone.
Yeah,
and you know what I mean. But that's fine. Like I did think that we forced Murray to make some whack throws with the pressure Our D-line was crazy the whole game. Did you guys get the sense the run game was like killing it? Like we would hit him so hard. Like look, go back in the beginning of we would like drag, like we were hitting him hard. It was really cool to see.
You're just saying we're
like,
pushing them back right off the line.
Honestly, like I hadn't seen play like that since Kevin Williams and Pat Williams, like straight up. That was crazy. For a little bit, it felt like that with the run game.
I like that.
Yeah, and then you know what? Like we were all like, "Oh no, Murray's gonna have a big game running the football." Didn't do shit. Looked kind of dumb. Looked kind of dumb the whole game. He looked dumb. Knocked him on his ass a bunch of times. Put pressure. We had interior pressure, which I thought was awesome. Harrison Phillips, I thought like looked great. What else? Zadarius again was
keeper up on this game. I don't know. I feel like I didn't have the same.
I love it. What do you mean?
I don't know.
Break it down. Give me the shitty parts.
See, this is what I'm like overall just can't think. I just wasn't overly impressed, and I guess I just haven't been overly impressed this entire season. I'm always like, wow, we won. Like that's how I walk away from every game.
I think you're a little shell shocked. You're like afraid. You like don't know how to win, you know? And it's like that's how winning looks like a little bit in the NFL. You know,
and you gotta watch
so
or anything, but like we don't know how to win. I like as an organization or a team, like we don't know how, I'm a little shell shocked too. And so I'm just kind of riding with it. It's like, look at the good parts and look at the fact that damn, we're 6-1, dude. Like that's sick. Like, I'm sorry. Like, and I thought we would take a step back 5-1. I thought we'd be like, 5-2. We'd put up a stinker, but no, dude, like we're hanging tough. We fell behind. I'm like, here we go again, but we made enough plays. We have enough playmakers. We added another. It's just kind of like people are talking about us. They're like, oh my God, you guys added Hawk. That's a big get. Yeah. Big get.
That was definitely a
like
big
who get. Like give me, you know what I mean? Like what'd the pack do? Like packed up. Nothing. They packed up. Like we don't have, did they get Cooks? Did Cooks go? Brandon Cooks?
No, he went nowhere. Elijah Moore went nowhere.
That was a weird one.
Yeah. I don't know.
What I'm trying to get at is like the league is kind of a little stagnant right now. We made a move. We have an opportunity to win. There's no great teams out there. We've got to be in the top 5, right? Is that crazy to say? Like, no, LJ?
No, I think we are. Like after our bye week, when I actually got to watch every other team, that's where I became a little bit more optimistic because everyone else sucks so much.
It's stupid. Yeah. It's a weird year, dude. And this is the year that we do it. It's a dumb kind of like, feels like
you're claiming Super Bowl already.
Oh my God, dude! Like,
are you claiming November 1st? Are you claiming Super Bowl?
Are we not 6-1, dude? Like, what are we talking? Like, our run defense is killing it. Our pass defense, we turn the ball over. We can pick the ball. We got ball hawks. We got dudes. We're playing the little zone soft, whatever bullshit. We're gonna give up plays. It is what it is. Bend but don't break. We're gonna give up plays. There's gonna be stupid things happen that we're gonna be annoyed by. But this is that team is like literally what we've seen time and time and time again. We might fall behind a little bit, but we'll do enough. The run game opened up a little bit. Like, dude, it's like, let's go, dude. Like straight up.
Are you talking about time and time again as Vikings fans or as like teams that have done well?
Okay, man. Like
time and time again is not like look at this. You're telling me a nightmare right now.
This team is 100% a nightmare. I know what you mean, guys. Katya, it's kind of dumb a little bit at times to watch. You're like, why the fuck are we not slamming teams to the turf and like winning like we used to in '98? I get it, like 42-14. I want to see that razzazz pizzazz. I 100% get what you guys mean by that, but this is a dumb year in the NFL. The concussion year, it's a weird like thing. A couple years removed from COVID, we don't, you know what I mean? Like we're still like There are no good teams. There's no Patriots. There's no 14-1. There's a ton of parity. And we happen to be the stinkiest, a little less stinkier than the stinkiest. That's literally how we're doing it.
And Kirk lives really well in that. He loves that.
Listen, man, we're going to Washington. Kirk's going to know all the good places to eat. He's going to know where to stay, right? Like, Julie's going to, you know what I mean? We're going back, baby. You know, it's like, I want a little like Washington Monument photo, him and Kirk.
Oh, you know that's happening.
And be like, we're back. Came out with a dub, 7-1, dude. Like,
you think they drive out there together or just make it like a 40-10?
I mean, are you guys really like threatened by this Washington team?
No. And wait, is Carson still out? Not that it matters because it's still Carson Wentz, but Carson's out.
We don't have to play. We don't play first string quarterbacks like half this year.
I know.
Well, yeah, we got another second string.
Heineke has looked pretty good. He looks pretty good on Sunday. He had a lot of confidence, but
I mean, for a
still
cup,
yeah, I know,
they did win. There's a little bit more like, I don't know, vibe in Washington, sure, but they're a 500 team, and we're 6-1, and we're gonna march in there, and we beat it. We're like, okay, how are they gonna beat us? Terry McLaurin, maybe, right? But we already got Hopkins. Like, please, right? Like, I don't know. I'm not really worried about Heineken in relation to Kyler Murray, right? And their defense doesn't scare me. They don't have Chase Young, right? So, like, I don't know. Like, are we not going to be able to move the ball on them? Like,
just looking at our schedule, I don't see any losses left in this season, dude. My brain's getting scary now.
That's what I'm trying to be like a skeptic.
The Bills.
Well, okay, so we lose to the Bills. That's a guarantee, right?
Yeah.
No, it's not though. We play that game and we fight him to the wire, dude. Like, I want to see us actually like see what we do against the Bills. Like, if we get blown out, I'm like a little bit worried now because it's like, wow, we got blown out on the road to the Bills and the Eagles. Now we're kind of like not that team, but like if I don't know, that's a huge barometer for sure.
There's not many ways that we're not like a 12-win team this year. That's what's getting scary.
Yeah. And we still. Mm-hmm.
What I can't, and I like don't want to say this, but I've been saying it. Like, it's kind of weird to sit here week 8. What are we, week 8? Yeah. And be like, God, we're gonna be watching the Vikings in the playoffs.
Easy, we're in. Like, we're
gonna have a first round bye kind of stuff. Like, it's gonna get crazy.
It's wild.
We're gonna be sleeping in late, not watching any football the first week of the playoffs.
I think they. I'm hearing word they might flex that Vikings at Bills game if we beat the.
Should be the Sunday night.
That could be then. Like,
that's such a fucking bullshit move by them. Because
they
know what they're doing. That's like
setting us up. Yeah. That is that.
But again, we got to win the big game. And so like that's a good barometer. And it's like, I don't know why we immediately need to throw the white flag up in a primetime game. It's like, you're going to win that. You know what I mean? Like, is it really like the yips like in golf? Like, I don't think he's that useless.
Yes, dude. Like, he's the worst ever. Like, the best thing that could possibly happen to the Vikings right now is we get to the playoffs. We have a first round bye. Road goes through the Vikings. Then COVID comes back. No more fans in the stadium throughout the entire Super Bowl. A fanless stadium. That would be perfect.
Don't say that. Don't say that. There's no talk. There's no. Stop. We need the fan. Listen, if we don't have the fans, we're kind of like that. Did help us a lot. I think the defense.
Can you imagine Kirk in the Super Bowl? What kind of disaster he could do,
guys? If our D line makes it to the playoffs, I love it. Our D line's doing great. Yeah, our O line's a little problematic with that right guard rookie, whatever bullshit. But our D line is so fucking formidable. Like, I'm gonna say it again and again, dude. Like, we can apply just enough pressure to bail out or like somewhat kind of weird secondary. There it is.
I'm so mad at this team because they literally got
Well,
me.
what, dude? Peterson's 32. It's like not even that old.
I mean, in the league.
Don't say that.
Peterson's fine. He's like he hasn't been messing up, and oddly enough, like Cam Dantzler is picking up like a lot of the slack.
He is.
Cammy D's been playing phenomenal.
Yeah,
I like where he's at. I think he's getting close to getting another pick. I think we put a lot of pressure. Like this team is just like we turn the ball over. Like I like it. I'm starting to see that, and so that's like becoming our identity a little bit. Is like the defense relies a little bit on the offense relies on the defense to bail them out, and special teams has helped too. I think we're great on punt coverages. We're on kick coverages. We're great too. We have like that missile Asamoah on special teams is like wreaking havoc. We had that one muffed kicker. Dude, we've got some nasty special teams guys. Boyd, I know you're a big Boyd fan, LJ.
Yeah. And I mean, and then Cook had a sneaky 100-yard game. Like
I'm gonna pause for a second because there's a ruckus going outside my apartment, so I'll be right back. Hold me. Carry on.
But like, and then Cook had like a sneaky like 100-yard game, which if he does that, we win games.
Yeah, I think he looked great. For a while there, I was like, wow, we had enormous run. One of the runs, I was like back to back. I'm like, dude, are they doing a replay right now?
Madison looks better than Cook though. Don't you think? He looks like he's got an extra like step.
Yeah, they were getting calls on it, and I think the reason why they don't want to get rid of Madison, it's like because they would have traded him by now, is like they're like, dude, like at any point now, Cook is like hung out to dry. Like he's done. They need an insurance policy at running back. We cannot afford to lose Madison at all.
Well, Madison's 24. How old's Cook?
It would be like way more dangerous losing Madison than Cook.
Like 28.
Like Cook is just a matter of time.
27, Madison's 24. Like age matters at running back, bro. You're gonna keep that guy around. I mean, honestly, at this point, you would keep Madison around before Cook, which
100%. You cannot afford to lose him. You almost let Dalvin walk or some shit to keep or like approach him to have him take a pay cut. I mean, his usage has been off. We like to, like Kirk was making comments on, we like to run the ball, but it's like, dude, you guys are giving him like 20 carries max. It's like alternating. It's like 20 carries and then like 11, 10, 20. It's like, remember when we used to give the guy 29, 30 carries, 25 carries? Like that doesn't happen. It's a different offense.
Yeah, we have too much talent. We spread the ball around too well in order to do that with this team, which is actually good. We're like a team that it's really bad to have like any of our players on fantasy because you don't know who's going to have a game. And that there's positives in that.
But I was just looking at the fantasy repercussions of Hawkinson, and the owners, they're like talking about Hawkinson, are saying that it was like better fantasy even getting TJ Hawkinson, dude. Like straight up. Like this is a huge move for us offensively. Like, dude, I'm telling you, like, get behind the squad is what I'm trying to like come in full circle with.
I'm not behind the squad. I'm just a Minnesota.
We're gonna get more red zone looks with Hawkinson.
True.
Something Smith never gave us. It's like,
I mean, we haven't had like a go-to tight end since like the early days of Kyle Rudolph.
Exactly. Like there was talk we're gonna trade for Rudolph. Did you guys see that? I was like,
no.
Please,
oh my god, that sounds awful.
Please, God, no.
Barely gotten any snaps in Tampa Bay this year and didn't do shit for the Jets. So no.
The only good game that Rudolph ever had was when like Peyton Manning in the All-Star game threw him like 4 touchdowns or something. And everybody then was like on his dick, and he came back with like the arm sleeve and thought he was the shit.
What about?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
That one-handed touchdown catch that he did, the one-hander, and then he did the ice pick celebration.
Yeah, cool. A one-handed catch, dude.
Yeah.
Tell that to people that watch like Randy Moss.
Dude, I don't know why you're so mad at Rudolph. Dude, I'm more mad at John Carlson. I know he had his concussions or whatever, but it's like I wanted him to pan out 10 times more than Rudolph. You know what I mean? And it was like I was even more salty about that. It's like we could even go back and other ones we did, like Thomas DePay at fullback from the Gophers we signed. That never panned out. It's like, do you want me to go?
Hardbean.
It's like what could have happened with Percy if he hadn't thrown a weight at Brad Childress. It was like they had to like just suspend him from the team for 4 days. You know what I mean? It's like when you have arguments in the family, it's like just like banish people to their room. You know what I mean? You don't just ship them to boarding school. You know, that's kind of what it felt like with Percy a little bit. But it's like also you don't punch dad too a little bit too. So
you don't punch dad.
Yeah, Percy Harvin was having the weed struggles, you know.
I don't know about that. Like whatever, man. Like that was how he was gonna be. You know what I mean? Like Percy
legitimately like talk about actual medical reasons. He had like those terrible migraines.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
Yes, he does.
Didn't we almost have like Percy Harvin, Adrian Peterson, and Randy Moss on the same team, and like we just couldn't
put it all together.
We just couldn't do it. Randy just got 2 wheels off over some catering.
Was AP ever with Ma? Yeah,
he was gonna be, right? I'm pretty sure that was the year that like we were gonna have all this shit. It was gonna be.
Was it the suspension year or what?
It was when he was like he told that one caterer that their food he wouldn't even give it to this dog.
It was dog, yeah.
And so Percy came in rookie the year after Peterson, right?
Yeah,
or somehow, 2 years.
I don't know. It was somehow we were gonna have like literally all those fucking guys, and I think we were gonna like have Favre. It was gonna be like the silliest season in the.
We did have Favre, yeah, and then he threw that weird touch. I'll tell you what happened. We had that game. It was at we had to play at that fucking Bears stadium. Remember that? Or not the Bears?
No, we played at Detroit. When the dome fell in.
No, but the following game we had to play at TCF Stadium.
Yeah, against the Bears. That's right.
Yeah, and it was like the shittiest game I've ever been to in my entire life. That was when Favre got hurt, and it was just like
he had his head on.
Joe Webb came in, a streaker ran on the field. I'm like, dude, what has happened? It just seemed so dystopic. I was like, this team's done.
Well, remember we got like free tickets.
They were like giving them away.
Yeah, I went to that game for free. I remember.
Yeah.
Just like in college and like whatever, booze, cold, who cares?
I loved it.
Maybe we should edit this out, but I was like, we were like smoking weed in the stadium.
Were you?
Like underneath my coat? Yeah, we're like passing around. People were like, "Smells like weed." We're like, "The fuck you talking about?" I'd be like, "It kind of smells like a skunk." Like in the TCF Bank Stadium, dude. Like in it.
That's like you're on a college campus. You should be able to smoke weed.
Like whatever. Fuck it. This is years ago again. Like we got statute of limitation. Reserves right. Like legal. It was just funny to me to be able to do it at the game, like outdoors. Because it was like a blizzard. No one was there. People were so annoyed by the game. They had like blowers on the fucking field, dude. It was stupid. Going up and down the yardage lines, they had these blowers at halftime. This dude ran on the field like during a play. I swear. And it was like, wow. And they're like, oh, stop the game. And I'm like watching this. I'm like, dude, this is a terrible, terrible team. Like, I'm like, it just looked like no one wants to play for them. It was in the cold. Favre got hurt.
Yeah, it was a miserable year, bro. It was the worst. It was a cold winter snap, and we didn't have a dome anymore. And we thought we were probably going to lose our team. We remember we were going to go to LA for a second.
Oh, yeah. That was a very dark
sad times. I'm glad they didn't leave. That was the whole deal. Like, we had to get that stadium approved. Everyone
the Wilfs are genius. They're literally like they're like gangsters, and they got it done. If we didn't have that gangster of owners group, they were busting knees in order to get that back in the same spot. Thank God for them.
I know we probably like shouldn't hose the owners because it's like it's Vikings, but it's like, dude, they're like racketeers, dude. Like,
dude. No, they're well known.
racketeering case, a judgment against them. Like it was like you're guilty. It was a judgment. Like it's like you're done. It's like you're paying. It was like a bill. They had to pay like something stupid, $1 billion. It was like approaching.
So I was at a soup kitchen once in New York. We were at this like little Jewish like synagogue that had a soup kitchen down in the basement. And there's like this really bougie little old lady. She's serving soup next to me. And she's like, where are you from? And I'm like, oh, I'm from Minnesota. She's like, oh my gosh. She's like, do you know little Ziggy? And I'm like, little Ziggy? I'm like Wolf. And he's like, oh yeah, little Ziggy. Like he's sons with my husband's like business partner. And they're like, yeah, we've been doing like, just different like remodels of some like office buildings and some developments around New York. They're like, little Ziggy's the best. I'm like, this is the craziest thing I've ever been. And this lady knew what was good. Their family has been like deep in like New York, Upper East Side, like racketeering for a long time.
Shit.
Yeah. There is a judge. I'm not sure the whole details, and I can't speculate. I'm only giving you facts. Like there was a judgment against them for a lot of money. And at some point there was like, it was to the point where they were like, they were talking about stake in the team or like shit like that. It got weird for a second where it was like, oh no. And I was fine with having that other ownership group step in, Reggie Fowler, but they didn't think that group had enough money prior to that. And the Wills had to step in. So, I mean, I guess you can say they've done an okay job, I guess, in terms of like the Vikings.
Unbelievable.
They've been willing to.
They kept us in town. That's huge.
Yeah.
They've been willing to spend money too. On like, we're always up against the cap. We're never one of those teams that's just like, no, we're gonna, you know what I mean? Like we're actually trying to like spend money and stuff. Like we have the green light, so that's kind of cool. So I can't really like talk about them as owner. Like I don't know, but just as fans, it's just like. I'm happy when the owner kind of stays out of it, that we don't have a Jerry Jones type kind of deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want an owner that's like, this is like a tax shelter. Like right. That's a good thing. They don't need the team to win all the games for them to get done what they need with the franchise.
Yeah. So
you see, talk about old teams. You see, what is it? Adam Zimmer died today.
I heard about that.
I can't yeah.
Young guy. I wonder what it was. They didn't even. I mean, you imagine the young guy like that. It's like a car accident or something.
Yo, he was a Bengals assistant.
Yeah, and they played last night.
And they played?
They played last night.
Was he on the field?
I don't know. I honestly actually didn't watch that game. So
they played. I didn't even make that connection. Yeah, they did. Like they. Yeah. So. Was it like a heart attack? I don't know. I cannot speculate. We cannot.
I don't know. I feel bad for that. I mean, the Zimmers have really been through it,
Dude. Yeah.
Yeah. Like here we are kind of like shitting on Zim. It's like, are we not allowed to talk shit about Mike Zim now? Like for a little bit?
No,
you gotta lay off. You gotta lay off out of respect for like a good.
Right. Always. Just be nice to the Zimmer family.
I like that.
That is, I mean, Adam, like he was trying to be he was our fucking coordinator, right? Like,
yeah.
Damn, that's pretty crazy.
I know, super young, feel awful.
Yeah, like
wow, the Phillies.
You gotta think what's up?
Just the Phillies. I got the game on in the background.
What's going on?
They're up 4-0, and the bases are loaded right now.
Who would have thought the Phillies? Yeah. I mean, listen, there was how many teams that were over 90 wins on the season? And now the Phillies were the one who made it with like 87 wins. It's like you would have thought some team like the Padres, right? Or the Cards or the freaking Mets or something, right? The Phillies, dude.
And you know what happened, the last inning of the first game.
You know what happens in the last What's up?
I watched the last inning of the first World Series game, and it totally reminded me why I don't watch baseball. It was like you know, we're in the Super Bowl. It's the first game. Like everything's supposed to be like high energy. I'm like literally like, dude, can you just like throw this guy out and get this game done? Baseball's unbelievable. I know you guys love it though.
I'm actually not a huge baseball person.
It's a summer chill, you know.
It's the summer. I mean, I love.
It's like when
you throw me a hot dog and a cocktail. And
I get going to the game. That makes sense. I get it.
Yeah.
You guys like Dodger Stadium?
No. Fuck Dodger Stadium.
What I mean, LJ, we went to the Angels. We had some fun with that. Started to wave and shit. Like it was tight. Angels was like a little. That was like fun.
Yeah, that one's fine. I don't know. I don't mind Dodger Stadium as like a stadium, but every time I'm there, I'm like, I'm never coming back here ever again. It's just such a pain in the ass.
Is it just a drag getting out and stuff like after
all of it?
And Dodgers fans are dicey, dude. Like you can actually get hurt at Dodgers.
You're like shanked. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a little different.
No, there's zero, and there's nothing around it. It's not like you're at Target Field and you're like, oh, traffic's kind of bad. Like, let's go to the Loon for a cocktail or something. Like,
right.
No.
There's only that little bar shortstop or whatever.
What's that little park by there?
Which is one of my favorite bars in LA, though. I will say that. I love it.
I used to go to shortstop a little bit.
What's that little drive-through place by there too? Or the drive up or what? It's like, I don't know. You know what I'm talking about, LJ? It's like on that corner. What's that park by there? Stop playing. Elysian Park, not Elysian.
Oh, where like the swans are and shit? The swan boat?
Yeah. That, and then I think that's it's pretty cool, like the palm trees lined up and down that. I don't know, kind of cool, but I can see it.
If you don't have to go in or go out of that stadium, it's a blast. Like if you're like a helicopter in or something, every time I'm there, I just like can't get over like there has to be some secret like tunnel or something because there's zero chance the amount of celebrities that go to that game wait like the rest of us to go in and out. There's zero chance.
Mm-hmm. There would be a sneaky tunnel. I could see that.
100%. There's a little entryway that no one knows about. Yeah. And then they go down into the underground or whatever. Totally. And then where the players park and everything, I'm sure there's another weird fucking thing that's gated and there's a little arm that goes up. Yep.
Welcome to LA. There's always another route.
Yep.
Some sketchy barbed wire blocking it, right? The amount of barbed wire in LA is crazy.
What's the line for this game today? Our game against the Commanders.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
3.5. We're favorited. So normally you give 3 to the home team. So we're like a touchdown favorite according to Vegas, roughly.
Really?
So that's where we're at.
Aren't they like the worst team in their division? What are we talking?
They're shaping up. Actually, they had a nice win recently. Come on, help back me up here.
Yeah, they just beat the Packers.
There you go.
Beat the Packers. Beat the Bears. Barely lost to the Titans. Okay.
They're not all that, but they're still like an NFC team, and they're trying to vie for a playoff spot. The NFC East is the best in the NFL right now, and they're the only team that's at 500. The rest are all over. So it's kind of like the Giants. I think the Giants are kind of scammy. I'm not totally bought into that squad. The Eagles seem to be it. They seem to be on a roll. They can't be beat. They beat us. Shit. Like, okay, let's eat a slice of humble pie here. And then I'm just not, the other team there. What do they got?
Jets. Oh no, not the Cowboys.
There you go. They're competing for sure. I don't know how I feel about them quite yet.
Yeah.
Tony Pollard's got to be the starting back here soon. Like this guy Elliott's done.
They're not gonna let him.
I agree.
What do you mean?
What is he gonna let him? He's gonna force Elliott to be the back. He's got too much money and ego tied up in the guy.
Dude, and that's why they're not gonna do shit. Is like Pollard is 100% that guy.
I agree.
Yeah. They kind of scare me, man. They've got a solid defense. This Parsons guy is a bulldozer. He's an absolute like psychopath. Like I don't
Yeah.
know what'll happen.
They also
if we're in
looked good
the
when
playoffs
Rush
with them.
was in.
Like they worry me. What's up?
They looked good when Rush was in, right? Kind of, or no?
Yeah, they were undefeated. I don't think maybe they lost that last one. I can't remember now, but
Back
they're
now.
they're 6-2. They're 6-2 on the year. They're competing, man. Like I thought when they started the year they were going to be horrendous, but now it's like, oh my god, like it's going to be them, the Eagles, Cowboys, and then they have one more squad here. What am I missing out?
The
I
Chiefs.
think those. No, in
No.
the NFC.
Oh,
Wait, in the
I think
where?
Eagles, Vikings, uh, Cowboys, and then another. Give me another. What's up?
Washington, right?
No, dude. I don't think the Giants are it. What's the
Are
other?
you just saying in the AFC who's going to be good?
In the NFC? Yeah,
NFC.
Oh, in the NFC who's going to be good?
I would
Oh,
say the Niners, but I don't know about them. They're kind of a weird team too. Flaky a little bit.
yeah.
What do you think, LJ? Give me another. Give me.
Yeah, I would. I mean, I want to see if the Giants actually pan out. I think they're kind of a similar team like us. Like people really don't know what to do about it. So
Yeah.
they have the record to prove that they've been like winning games.
They've got a rookie head coach, so it's,
Yeah.
So interestingly enough, who's the third in the NFC North or NFC playoff picture right now? Give me a guess.
The third team in the
Cowboys.
NFC playoff picture.
Cowboys.
LJ.
Fuck, I don't know. Like, so it's us. I mean, it's probably something stupid like the Packers or something.
No, it's the Seahawks because they're
Oh,
first. in the
Yeah, we're
NFC.
totally forgetting about. Yeah, that's what I meant. The fourth team. Yeah,
Yeah.
totally forget. I don't know. Kenneth Walker is a kind of a dog. I will tell you that. I think he's super solid. He's got some size to him. I'm like kind of impressed by him. But Geno Smith, dude, it's like
Gino's looking good though. I mean, he's like getting his touches for the first time.
They're making
They're not-
Russell Wilson look like
I just like
freaking
don't.
this.
Well,
I think they're a first round exit team. Is what I think.
Russell's got some serious PR problems, team problems.
Yeah.
Yo,
he's
hey,
got
what do you,
tiny moment.
Kachi? What do you think of this? What do you think of that clip with Laura Oakman? Break that, or was that Laura Oakman, or who is it?
What did she say? I don't know.
No, where he's like, Cowboys, Broncos, let's ride, and it's like
Oh, he
she
always does that. He's crazy.
leaps away. No, do you guys see that clip though?
I'm
They
looking.
won.
That's right, baby.
And then he gave her a little.
That's right, baby.
She's like shying away from him.
Oh,
that
I know
look-
what you're talking about. Yeah, that wasn't Laura Oakman, but yes, where she's like kind of like rolls her
That's right,
eyes.
baby. Go Broncos country.
I mean, he's got like a ton of. Who was it? Jerry Judy that then in that like threw some shade in the press conference after the game too.
At him?
About what? By the
Yeah.
way, I would have loved to have traded for that guy.
Yeah, because basically he's having. Oh my God, Phillies just had another home run. Bryce Harper, or Kyle Schwarber, holy shit.
Back is probably like half in the bag now.
Oh, he's like, I'm really worried about Thursday and the fact that the Eagles and the Phillies are playing in Philly on Thursday. Like, I think the entire city is going to burn down and like with bounce back in it. Anyways, they're having like big Russell problems where no one really likes him on the team. And then you saw Marshawn Lynch say that we never even had Russell's number. We'd have to like go through his manager, if we want to talk to him.
Oof.
Yeah. So it's just like bad locker room shit. And then, can you imagine him going to London and like working out in the plane situation? He's just
people are high knees and people mock that. It's like, dude, just stop talking.
Exactly. But then Jerry Judy in their post-game conference, he threw some shade at him where basically it was like, well, look what happens if we like work together and we actually talk. Something along those lines, where it
Mm.
really was reference to Russell Wilson and his like stuck upness in the locker room.
Interesting.
Yeah.
He's having his Kanye moment just in a different way. Who knows?
All the
And
shit.
as we're saying this, Kirk is just swagging, dude. Like
Yeah. And like Kirk Cousins, like cool in the NFL. Like, this is like the weirdest.
he's like cool now. It's crazy. And he's having like the worst year. And people are talking about like how cool. It's like, dude, what? It's like how it's crazy. What I don't know. Is it the winning or what? It's like
winning makes you cool.
It's the
Winning
winning.
solves all problems. 100%.
It does.
Look at Tom Brady. Once he stopped winning, he doesn't even have it. Isn't married anymore. Like everything.
what doesn't he lead the league in yardage, which is blew my mind. I looked that up the other day.
Did he really?
Tom Brady leads the league in yardage, dude. What?
That's hard to believe.
That's hard to believe, especially considering that I have Mike Evans and has not been like the best season for me.
No, it's not. There's not been a lot of like crazy seasons. Josh Allen's not that. I mean, I shouldn't say that. We're just taking him for granted a little bit, but like,
Yeah. No.
yeah, it's actually Joe Burrow because they had their Thursday game or whatever, no, I shouldn't say that. What the fuck am I talking about?
They just had another home run, you guys. This is insane.
Brady, second, Burrow number 1, Allen number 3, Mahomes 4, Herbert 5. In terms of yardage,
That's wild.
that's pretty nuts. So what's the score now? 9-0?
7-0. Or wait, yeah, you're right. Let's see.
He called me out back at Strike.
Let him cross the plate, okay? Jeez. That's pretty nuts. Good for the Phillies, man. You know what's happening now? We're gonna get an economic collapse, right?
I know. It's kind of scary.
That's because that's what always happens when the Phillies win.
Yeah, dude. Like horrible every time. It's like clockwork.
It's perfectly timed. We're due for a beast of a one.
Yeah.
Oh wait, crash too. It's like
Nice.
Are you guys trying to lay some money on the Vikes Super Bowl? What's that paying right now?
I wish I
What's
would have put it down earlier.
what is it?
Should we see? Like, it's got to be like 6-1 now, right?
Check it out.
All right, I'll look it up. I'll look it up right now. NFL. What do you guys think?
10-1.
Oh, dude, what? 1,600 plus 1,600.
What does that mean?
16-1.
Oh, that's what that means when it's 1,600.
Yeah.
Huh.
You win $1,600 if you're at one plus. If you bet $100.
Are you throwing it down right now?
Should I? That's not that bad. It was plus 5,000.
In your class.
It's plus 5,000. What are you doing, LJ? Calling in bets? Here we go.
Got it. Yeah, I'm calling in the bets.
No, I don't know. It's just not really a good bet right now. I would say to win the NFC or let's see, division right now.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of a
We're minus
I'm
850.
Vikings right now. Bye.
We're at a minus 850 to win the division, so that's pretty much done.
That means we got it.
Yeah, I mean, because minus 850, you'd have to bet $850 to win 100 on that. It's just a useless bet. Here, let's see season awards. What do we got? Defensive Player of the Year.
Sedarius.
Let's see what that pays. Plus 5,000 now. Wow, that could be a good bet. Because Micah Parsons is at minus 250 now. I don't know.
I don't know. Mike Parsons is having a pretty good
Let's see
season.
what we got for MVP. Josh Allen's the leader.
Kirk Cousins.
You got to go pretty far down for Kirk. Oh my God. Oh my god. I don't even think it's listed. No, it is. It is plus 3,500. So you get what? 350 to 1, LJ. Let's go.
That would be good.
That's a
So for
tough-
every dollar, I get 350.
It would be for every $100. Yeah, you get $3,500.
That's kind of sick. I like
$100.
that. Every 100, I get 3,500.
Yep. So you put down $1,000, you get $35,000, dude.
And Kirk just has to keep it up.
That's what had happened. Yep.
But wouldn't they give it to Jefferson over Kirk?
That's a weird one. Receivers don't ever win it. Jefferson's is plus 10,000.
How about for McConnell to get Coach of the Year?
Ooh, let's see that one.
Oh, that's a good one.
He could get it regardless. We don't even
Yeah.
win a Super Bowl for that.
Yeah.
Oh wow, dude, he's coming up. So he used to be like fifth. It used to be Pete Carroll ahead of him and Soleil, and now remember Mike McDaniel? He was ahead. Now he's third highest behind Sirianni, the Eagles guy. He's gonna probably get that.
Yeah.
Dayball, who's like the Giants guy, and then we have O'Connell's at plus 950, which is super good value. I mean, like, dude, we should easily win if we win the next like 3, and then
Rookie head coach? Come on. So is the Eagles head coach a rookie head coach too?
no, it's just coach of the year. It's not rookie.
Yeah, but no,
Yeah.
I know, but like it kind of helps to be a rookie to get a little bit extra love.
For sure, I know what you mean.
Totally.
What how about the Dolphins head coach? What would you have to put down to get him?
Yeah, so it used to be Kevin O'Connell used to be around where he was at plus 2,000. So you would win. It's like 200 to 1.
I love it.
Yeah, so it's Sirianni will probably win it, Eagles guy. That's pretty much even money.
All right, what do we got for picks this week for score? What do we got?
I think Cousins has a day. I think he throws at least 3 touchdowns. I'm going to say 28-17 we cover, but it's going to be one of those weird games where it's like they're going to score late, some stupid shit.
Are we going to get you like that from Kirk? Because that was technically in Washington when he did that.
You'll get one of those for sure. When does he get that on a freaking chain? Gifted by the O line.
All right,
Well, they said for Christmas. They said they're like working on a chain gift for him for Christmas.
I mean, you like that, like just on a big old chain.
I think it's a minivan.
You guys, so I had a thought here. So, like, dude, when we played the Cardinals, Peterson and what's his name, Jordan Hicks, they said they were talking in the locker room. All the players knew they had to make plays for him. So it's like whenever Kendricks made a play, they would like point to Hicks. That was the kind of thing. And Peterson apparently got beef with the Arizona GM. I think hopefully the players kind of get behind Kirk a little bit on this one and they really smash him. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you think of that? What do you think of that take?
I think it's going to be 35-10 Vikes.
Yeah, really?
Mm-hmm. I think we
finally. They're supposed to be shitty. Like, let's make them be shitty. You know what I mean? Like,
we gotta have. We haven't had all the factors of the team like come together yet, and I think this week we could maybe do it because I feel like we got more together from the bye week. It actually seemed like we were a stronger team, but we just needed to like get. If Kirk is on board with the whole squad, we're gonna blow this team out.
I like it. 35-10. What do you got, Katya?
I'm going 21-10. I don't think it's as close as.
I don't know. I hope we beat him, but I'm trying to envision how we would lose to him. That's the hard thing for me. How would we lose to them?
I don't know if you want me to
is coming back. He just has like a monster first
I
game.
think he has a monster game. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Thielen goes down with a bad knee injury early in the first quarter.
Ah,
And then I don't want to have to describe all this.
We had in Miami, like the first half offense we had in Miami, like
Kirk has like a classic meltdown.
yeah.
But we know what this team is. We know our upside and what we're capable of doing. As long as we go out and execute a little bit, like we got this. You know what I'm saying? So now the only thing that we need to not beat is ourselves. Then that's what I think this team is like better at without Zimmer is like we're just like not beating ourselves as much. Like we don't make the stupid mistakes and we don't have weird. What's up?
That's true.
Even though Kirk, you're going to get the Kirk random interception randomly and a weird fumble, but it doesn't happen a shit ton,
Yeah. I mean,
so that's what's nice.
Kirk's playing athletic now. He shed some tacklers and
what do you guys think of that? Did I send you that slow motion video of him scoring the touchdown?
He put on some jets, dude. He looked real athletic.
I could not even believe that. That was such a fluky touchdown.
He turned the corner. He just turned the corner and went. I thought his career was over almost when he was like thinking about diving in. It looked like it was going to get dicey, but he's athletic. He's a big, strong, just like guy.
Dude, get off Kirk right now.
Yeah.
I like it how you're just like behind him now, like 100%. And now, like last week, you're calling him like dumb eyes, and now we're calling him athletic. It's like, dude, it's funny what winning does. You're right. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
LJ's this is the week that LJ turned the corner as well on Kirk.
Well, hopefully it's my week next week.
Are you still waiting for him or what?
Huh?
Kirk, yeah, I just caught you. Like, tell me about what you feel about Kirk. I feel like he's always it's just been chagrin and like. Ugh.
I just like don't give Kirk energy.
What do you mean?
I just like there's other things to focus on this squad, and Kirk's never, in my opinion, going to be like the shining moment end all be all person. So it's just like not even worth. I'm just like, you don't bother me because like I can't allow myself to be bothered severely by you.
Yeah.
Just like take his identity elsewhere, like Jefferson, guys like that. Yeah. This is like what this team is made out of.
Right.
And like, why do we have to keep talking about Kirk? Kirk's just this dumb quarterback. You know what I mean? Right. And it's like, we have to pay him a little money. Great. But it's like, whatever. At the end of the day, it's like, there are 10 other cooler, 11, 12, 50 other cooler people on the team than Kirk. 7.
I mean, I love making fun of like his minivan and like his Kohl's Cash and Costco trips and the fact that he lived with his parents in the off season in their basements like for years. I don't know. That shit's still hilarious to me, but
yeah,
I don't know.
Once you just don't give him energy or like whatever, dude. Like show me a game that you like actually. So the Lions game doesn't really do it for you. KJ Osborne game winner. It's like, it's the Lions.
Yeah.
That leaping touchdown, you're like, we would have scored anyways. Like, what? Coming back and
again, like, I'm still a million times. It's like, well, there's no one else that we could have gotten at this point that would have made sense for us as a team overall. So it is.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like 7 brides for 7 brothers. You know what I mean? It's like everyone's got a date, and it's like everyone's got a quarterback, right? And it's like, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Great take there, John. Right? All right.
All right, we're out of here. This is Vikings.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Going to the commies game. We're out here. Over now.